Imagine Earth with two huge pieces missing. No America, no China. Two of the world's most powerful civilizations gone. What happens next? Who becomes powerful? And how does the future change? Let's find out today in this video.
The gravity of the world shifts overnight. Two economies worth trillions vanish from reality. Entire supply chains snap, financial markets gasp, and the map of power redraws itself in real time. Fact first, these two nations aren't just countries. They're the anchors of global trade, finance, technology, security, everything. Remove both, and you don't just change direction, you change the rules of the world itself. Trade is where the shock hits first. China has been the world's factory, the US the world's biggest customer. Together, they form the busiest artery in global commerce.
Now imagine that artery gone, just blinked out. Europe scrambles. Southeast Asia races to fill the vacuum. Mexico rushes to become the new manufacturing giant. Shipping routes twist and reroute, like during the Red Sea crisis when ships were forced to sail around Africa. Costs explode, delays multiply, chaos becomes the new normal.
The world adjusts, but painfully slowly, and not without losses. Then comes the deeper quake, manufacturing and technology. China provides almost a third of global manufacturing. Remove that, and factories from Vietnam to India to Indonesia roar to life overnight. But there's a catch. The world still needs rare earth elements, battery materials, advanced magnets, the things China currently controls around 90% of. Suddenly, these become the most valuable resources on the planet. The US, Japan, Europe, and Australia start emergency industrial projects. Meanwhile, the chip industry begins to shake. Taiwan's TSMC already produces most of the world's advanced processors. Now, without US tech companies and Chinese demand, pressure on Taiwan, South Korea, and the Netherlands becomes extreme. One blockade, one earthquake, one sanctions spiral, and the global tech system could stall. The future moves forward, but on fragile ground. Security becomes even more uncertain. Today, the US and China make up almost half of global military spending. Remove both, and a massive power vacuum opens. Russia tests its borders. Germany, France, Poland, and the Nordics rearm fast. Japan quietly debates nuclear capability. India rises as the new naval power in the Indian Ocean. Australia and Southeast Asia scramble to balance what's left. In the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Turkey, and Israel reposition, each trying to shape the region in the absence of big power oversight. The world doesn't become peaceful. It becomes unpredictable. The risk of miscalculation rises. Meanwhile, money searches for a new safe home. The US dollar is currently the backbone of global trade. Without the US, that backbone disappears. The euro rises. The yen competes. Gold becomes relevant again, and digital currency alliances start to form. But until a new standard emerges, trade slows, loans tighten, developing economies suffer most. The world doesn't collapse, but it becomes heavier to move. So, who steps up? India becomes the default manufacturing and labor giant. The European Union becomes the center of regulation and diplomacy. Japan and South Korea lead in precision technology. Taiwan becomes powerful but dangerously exposed. Gulf states and Norway shape global energy flows. Brazil supplies food and industrial resources. Vietnam, Indonesia, Mexico, and the Philippines become the new factory hubs. Global trade doesn't die. It reroutes into regions, a world of many hubs, many powers, and many more fault lines. And finally, the uncomfortable question. Without Washington's alliances or Beijing's deterrence, do conflicts cool or ignite? A South China Sea without China sounds calmer, but a Taiwan without US protection sounds explosive. Eastern Europe without the US umbrella invites risk. The Arctic becomes a naval chessboard. Africa becomes the focus of new influence battles. And technology embargoes multiply, not between two superpowers, but between everyone. The world still innovates, still trades, still grows, but it does so on thin ice. More players steering, more hands on the wheel, but no single pair strong enough to stop the skid. But there's one more layer to this world: culture, identity, the stories we tell about ourselves. Without the United States, there is no Hollywood shaping global imagination, no Marvel, no hip-hop culture, no Silicon Valley dreams. Without China, there is no ancient cultural giant shaping philosophy, medicine, martial arts, language, calligraphy, cinema. The world doesn't lose just economies. It loses symbols, narratives, a sense of what greatness means and where progress comes from. So who becomes the cultural lighthouse? Maybe Bollywood becomes the center of global cinema. Maybe South Korea becomes the music capital of the world. Maybe Europe reclaims artistic dominance. Or maybe the world becomes something new, a world with many voices, not just two. A world not of two poles, but of 5, maybe 6. A world with more opportunity and more instability. A world still recognizable, yet forever changed. Because removing just 2 pieces reshapes the entire puzzle. So the real question is not what happens if the US and China disappear, but rather, who rises to define humanity's future when the giants are gone?